Welcome back, everyone. This is Frank Whiskey Charlie Zero Oscar over here in Bolsa Chica State Beach. Field day is going to be over in about 15 more minutes. It started yesterday at 11 a.m. on June 25th, 2022. It's usually 24 hours for those who prepared on Friday. Those who didn't, it goes on until 2. So 2 is almost here. But usually people stop around 11. Um, it was very interesting, a lot of fun. This year I was mobile. Um, I've been planning this probably since October. Little by little, I was hoping to have HF working properly in the car. And if you've been following along, you'll know that it's been a good journey because I wasn't doing a very good job doing mobile. And I started doing mobile because when I figured out the quarter wave ground plane antenna to be really the standard, I thought, okay, now I got to move on to mobile because 2019 when I first got my license, I really wanted to do HF on mobile, and I did. I figured it out with the resonators. Of course, you can use a ham stick. You can also use the other type of coil type of antennas as long as you have a good magnetic base. So I was my class was 1C for mobile, and it was QRP, 5 watts or below. Not very easy. Even if you have 100 watts, it's still very challenging. I got a lot of my contacts towards the evening, so I was really fortunate about that. So before I went, no, before I started the contest, actually, I went to visit W6PCH. They're in Carson. They were the first group that I got to visit when I first got my license. Very nice people. They're the Los Angeles Amateur Radio Club or something. They've been around for a long time. Friendly, very, very friendly. So I was able to talk to them a little bit. They remembered me since 2019. They have, and the facilities are awesome. They had tents and they had a bathroom and all. As a matter of fact, at 11 at night yesterday, I went over to see if they were awake, and they were. And we chatted for a little while. I was even able to get an 80-meter contact, only one, which was the next county over. With 5 watts, you can't get anything. But fortunately, I was able to get something. They told me a lot about my Tar Heel and how to do better grounding for 40. So one thing about field day, if you can get to talk to people in clubs, you should go. Introduce yourself. I know it's a little bit hard. Bring a friend, and you're not obligated to pay a due or anything like that. And of course, they're not obligated to feed you. But if last year I went to these Korean hams, right, here in LA, and they fed me. It was really, really nice. People are really nice. You'll be really surprised. Now, why do I have a towel here? Because the sun usually will bake me if I don't protect myself. That's one thing about being mobile. Even though you're in a car, you still can get sunburned. So I have sunblock. I got a towel over here, which is moving because over here in Bolsa Chica State Beach, it's always windy. Well, 90% of the time. So let me tell you what's my setup, right? 1C, meaning mobile, and QRP, battery only. I went to sleep at 2 o'clock. I woke up at 7. Did not take my batteries in to charge. How am I charging my batteries right now? Using I have a solar panel, 50 watts, Renogy, the one that I had at my home, but I took that down. It's right now giving me 2.6 amps. And so 2.6 amp hours. Every hour it's giving me 2.6 amps. Perfect. Perfect for QRP. Now I'm using these batteries here, the 1212A the Bioenno batteries. These are really, really neat. This is a great investment. This will turn on your IC 7300 and have it up to 80, 90 watts. You can probably push it to 100, but I wouldn't. Um, I don't I don't use it. I don't use all my radios. I use batteries now, and that's because the sun will charge my batteries, and then I can run my radio. All the things that I have right here, right now, for field day, for radios and the computer, they were all powered by the sun. So that's pretty neat. Uh, I have two radios, the IC705 and the 7100 as backups, the Tar Heel and a uh, what do they call that? A resonator, right? I have two antennas just in case if one breaks. The I have my Go box, my solar Go box from the IC 705. I took that apart because I needed the Power Mini, the solar controller for the solar panel. And I have my solar generator, my solar generator. I brought that just in case I needed more power as backup. Um, I see the IC 7100 did okay. I just recently got it, and there are certain advantages of having that compared to the IC 705 for mobile. I have some documentation here for field day because there was one person that came by that was really cool, asked me what I was doing. I got the rules; those are useful. I also have a list of items of sections of when they say something like EWA. I want to know where that is. I don't know where that is. Okay, right? Oscar Kilo. That's Oklahoma. I didn't get any. Oh, I did get an Oklahoma actually. I use this piece of software. I'm looking down here. N3FJP, which is really useful. It creates Cabrillo files so that I can send them out to a certain format, to the ARRL, as a format for them to look at the who I contacted. I had 104 contacts, which is not a lot for 24 hours. I mean, when I'm here in Bolsa Chica, sometimes I'll get 150 contacts within 2.5, maybe 3 hours if I'm lucky. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna do that. Sometimes with 5 watts, because I've activated this park in 5 watts. I was thinking I'm gonna get more. I can. I don't get a lot. I don't get 100 in 2 hours. But sometimes you get lucky. You get several. But I was in LA. I was in LA mostly, and then here I came in the morning after doing a little more in LA, trying to see if I can hear something better. And yes, there wasn't as much noise. By the way, you do get a lot of noise with a lot of cars that are electric. The Priuses, the Teslas, and cars that you didn't know they were electric. I guess they are, but they don't have a badge that says it. So you get a lot of noise in there, in the radio. I did 80 meters, one contact, and a lot of 20 and 15. Apparently 15 was open, but with the solar flare that came by about 6-7 hours ago, the band just started to quiet down a lot. So field day is almost over. It's about 7 to 8 more minutes. It's exhausting a little bit, but it was fun. Having another person definitely would make it even more fun. Next year, I don't know if I want to do mobile again. Maybe I want to refine it. I just don't seem to feel that I would be able to break those pileups or find a space. Maybe if I was in the mountains, my signal would be much better with 5 watts. Or maybe I should go with the 100 watts and try to get a better ground plane, maybe be more elevated. I know there's a few places in Orange County that I can do that, or maybe go to the mountains. But then there's a lot of logistics, of course, food, shelter, bathroom, um, figuring out how to do that. And that's the cool thing, right? To wrap this up, next year, hopefully, if we're here, we're alive and well, I definitely want to be more prepared. So I have a whole year to think about this. There's a lot of things that I'm going to change next year if I do mobile, and we'll get better and better. And that's the whole thing about this hobby. So if you have any questions, please put them down on the comment section. Thank you again, everyone, for the super thanks. Thank you for those that still follow my videos. Please consider subscribing. Please give it a thumbs up. And I hope you have a great week. So this is Frank Whiskey Charlie 0 Oscar. Bye-bye.